I got pretty heated in my previous two videos. One video was about some stupid person thinking they understand the world because they have a mild case of depression and they're super duper rich, so they're one of those, rich people who think they understand everyone and can relate to everyone, and also, my previous video before this one was about police brutality, so, you know, I figured why not make a video where I talked about a bunch of inconsequential things that don't really warrant their own standalone videos. This is a video series that I've kind of been wanting to do for a while now because there's a lot that I want to talk about, but a lot of the topics don't really warrant their own videos because, they're kind of sort of just topics that, are just minor annoyances and I don't have too much to say about it, so instead of making like a bunch of boring 1 minute videos, probably, why not just mush them all into one big video? This is also partly inspired by a series the Archfiend used to do, where he would talk about a bunch of things on his mind. Also things that are a bunch of topics that probably don't warrant their own videos, just mushed together in one video. He recently brought this back, but I figured why not do this myself because it's a pretty good idea. It's a pretty good way of talking about things that, you don't have too many things to say, but still want to talk about anyway in video form. But anyway, intro aside, first topic is H3H3 versus Keemstar. This has been pretty big drama for the past, 2 weeks now, a week and a half. And, I have my criticisms about this whole thing. I know both Keemstar and H3H3 are douchebags in their own right, so, one isn't exactly the moral, righteous person in this situation, but, you know, H3H3's initial video was kind of just run-of-the-mill. It told us things that we already know about Keemstar. I mean, I could throw this back at a person and say, maybe Ethan brought some things to light that someone didn't know, and now they know that Keemstar is a huge, gigantic douchebag, and alright, fine, that's fair game, but still, I'm sure I'd say 95% of the people who watch H3H3's video on Keemstar already knew these things about Keemstar. He falsely accused an old man of being a pedophile. He likes, or liked at one point, doxing people and sending SWAT teams to their houses. He probably played a at least minor part in Etika's suicide. A lot of really terrible things. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to downplay how much of a piece of shit Keemstar is, but still, I'm sure most people already knew this about him and, already hated him anyway. And even the people who were fans of him probably already know all this about him anyway and like him anyway because they're douchebags too and they like, him for being a douchebag. These are probably things that drove them to like Keemstar. So, really, I don't even know what H3H3 was trying to solve with this video, but anyways, obviously it brewed a lot of drama between H3H3 and Keemstar, and they made a couple of videos towards each other. I would say Ethan's follow-up video was much better towards Keemstar. It actually did bring some things to light that I personally didn't know, maybe a bunch of other people did know, but personally I think his follow-up video was much better. But yeah, okay, I appreciate the effort, putting it out there that Keemstar is a horrible person, but again, chances are most people already know Keemstar is terrible and they either already hate him or just like him for that because they're also pretty shitty people. So yeah, you didn't really solve much in that instance. And I see a lot of people bitching at Ethan for going after Keemstar's sponsor, G Fuel, which is pretty much part of Keemstar's identity. Like Ethan said, you see him with the G Fuel hats all the time. You see G Fuel on his desk in a lot of in pretty much all Drama Alert videos. And I say, why the fuck should I care that Keemstar lost a huge sponsor? He's a piece of shit. And also, people are saying, oh, this may inspire people to go after other content creator sponsors if they have beef. If that content creator is a piece of shit, why the fuck should I care if they lose a gigantic source of revenue because they probably don't deserve it anyway because they're just horrible, horrible people in general. And plus, this isn't the first time that, the sponsors have been gone after, like a lot of people like to make it seem. I've seen plenty of YouTubers have their sponsorships dropped due to them being horrible people, and I'm sure that is going to continue. Someone does something shitty, or they're called out for being shitty, and then their sponsorship is lost. And really, why should I care? Why should it matter? Yeah, but that's my unpopular opinion for the day. While on the topic of YouTube drama, Suzy Lou. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know about the Suzy Lou situation, because I'm sure a lot of you watch channels that are kind of similar to mine in the sense that they're in this whole commentary sphere here on YouTube, even though I don't really like associating myself with those kind of channels. But I guess, in a way, I am a commentary channel. But anyways, a lot of people within the commentary community have made videos about this person on YouTube. Supposedly she issues out false copyright strikes to whoever criticizes her, and in some cases she has issued out community guideline strikes towards people who have made videos about her. Now, I can't really say that all of these are not legitimate because I haven't looked into every single case where she has filed copyright strikes and community guideline strikes. So yeah, if she does this routinely, if she's issuing out false copyright strikes, false community guideline strikes, like I keep hearing, yes, that is shitty, and also yes, it is hypocritical because she uploads videos of herself reacting to like anime clips or whatever, or full anime episodes onto her Patreon, where she profits off of barely edited footage of full anime episodes, and she barely says anything in her reactions. She's one of those reaction channels where she just kind of sits there and not say much. She's basically, I guess, an even worse version of Ashton and John, if that's even possible. Now, I would watch more videos about this subject to educate myself a little more on this topic, because it's a topic that I keep hearing about time and time again. It's drama that's been going on for like, what, a fucking year now? But the thing is, a lot of the content creators who make the most videos about this subject are fucking insufferable, like the Quartering, who I can't stand. He makes video after video about the subject, and I just fucking hate the Quartering. I can't bring myself to watch a Quartering video. I don't care how educational it may be, in the sense, I would learn a lot more about this topic, but I can't trust a fucking word the guy says, because he's always complaining about video game tits not being big enough, and he's always complaining about the SJWs supposedly ruining everything. So why should I exactly trust him when it comes to this topic in particular? And he's a rather large content creator. I'm sure the constant videos he makes about her breed a lot of harassment her way, and I don't blame her whatsoever for disabling likes and dislikes and only approving certain comments, because I'm sure, thanks to all the content creators making videos about her, especially content creators who have substantial audiences making videos about her, sends a lot of harassment her way, and I don't blame her whatsoever for not wanting to deal with any of it, and is, doing whatever she can to curtail any harassment that is sent her way. So yeah, I don't blame her whatsoever for taking these kind of measures. And fuck these content creators, honestly, who, constantly make videos about her and pretty much send their audiences after her. If you have any legitimate criticism, fine. I'm sure she is shitty for, abusing the copyright system or abusing the community guideline system here on this website, but still, is it really warranted to continuously go after this person and send your fan bases after her? Apparently, there's also like some meme about her forehead being big, and a lot of people have harassed her about that. So yeah, again, like, if there are any videos that take like a bunch of cheap shots towards her, or if the video is nothing but cheap shots, I can see why she takes down some of these videos, honestly. Because it does nothing but send harassment towards her way. Fucking think about that. Or you probably do and just don't give a shit at all, because I'm pretty familiar with a lot of these people within this whole commentary sphere. A lot of them are just shitty anti-SJW edgelords who think, sending their audience after people is just so fucking hilarious. But I did watch one video about her. It was a really long video. It had a lot of information in it. It was by someone named John Swan, I think was their name. They previously uploaded a video about her and it got taken down, so he uploaded the quote-unquote censored version onto YouTube, and it was very educational. He cut out all the, little cheap shots he made towards her. But really, the video wasn't littered with that. It was littered with mostly information, so I guess that's good. But one problem I have with this video, and this takes me to my next topic, the constant fucking over-editing. Holy shit, everything has to be flashy 24/7. All these fancy effects and all these flashy editing, like, I can't stand it, man. Like, that was so distracting when I was watching the video. And this, again, brings me to my next topic. These YouTubers who love to over-edit the fuck out of their videos. I can't fucking stand it. Like, I have no qualms with admitting that I am a lazy YouTuber, okay? I just put up a still image on the screen with a background and I just talk. With no script, no, like, fancy editing whatsoever. The most I do is just cut out some stuttering or cut out any long pauses or do retakes and things like that, but all in all, it's just me sitting on a bed talking with no, like, prior pre-plan, with no pre-planning before recording or anything. For better or for worse, you be the judge of that. But anyways, I don't like doing all this fancy schmancy editing with my videos because I don't feel like it warrants any of that. But some of these content creators love to show off the fact that they could utilize Sony Vegas in such a grandiose way, and make these very well edited videos like they're editing a fucking movie. Which, okay, the videos look pretty, but it's just so fucking distracting to me. I can't really hold my attention to what the person is saying. With all these flashy fucking effects in my face 24/7 throughout the whole fucking video, I can't stand it. I don't know. I'm probably like one of the very few people who think this because I'm used to watching content creators like the Archfiend or Undertaker Freak 1127, R.I.P. by the way. So yeah, I'm not very conditioned to watching well edited videos like this, but for me, it is just a huge fucking distraction, and it is just so pretentious in a way because it's kind of like, to me at least, their way of saying, look at how well I can edit my videos, let me put a huge emphasis on this on my video instead of focusing on what should matter the most, the information that they're bringing your way. So yeah, if you're an aspiring commentary YouTuber, please, for the love of God, if you want to have your videos well edited, fine, but don't over edit the fuck out of your video, please. Keep the editing to at least a moderate level. You don't have to be lazy like me and have barely any editing whatsoever. Just, if you want a video with some decent editing, fine, but don't go to the levels that some of these commentary YouTubers go to. Holy shit. Anyway, I was trying to make a tweet the other day about the whole rioting in Minneapolis and such, and it was a post about police brutality and such, and it was a rather long tweet, and I couldn't send the tweet out because of the character limit. I fucking hate Twitter's character limit. Like, we're in 2020. Why does your website need to have such a short character limit at this point? Like, I get it. Maybe in 2009 this would have been acceptable, but we're in 2020. 200 characters for a fucking tweet, or however many characters it is now. It's still not enough. I would be content with at least 500 characters on Twitter. Fucking Meverse had a higher character limit at one point. Didn't Meverse have like a 500 character limit or something like that? Like, that was perfect. That was fine. I hardly ever needed to, go into the comments to continue my post because I just had a lot to say. I was able to put it all in one post because at one point before Meverse expanded the character limit to 500, I would constantly bring the post into the comment section because I couldn't fit it all into the initial post, and that was annoying. And a lot of that was curtailed when they brought out the 500 character limit. But Twitter just does not want to follow suit, and it's so fucking annoying. And plus, no edit button. You can't edit your tweets. If you made a stupid typo in your tweet that you wish to correct, you either correct it in the replies, I mean, or just delete the tweet and write it all over again. Again, like, it is so ridiculous that one of the most popular social media websites don't have basic features like the edit button or a large character limit. Like, anyone else, well, I already know a lot of other people take contention with that, but still, like, I wish there was an even bigger uprising against Twitter for this, because it is such bullshit that, again, in 2020, Twitter does not have a decent character limit or an edit button. It is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, moving on from that, there was a challenge that was popular on TikTok a few weeks ago called the Pee Your Pants Challenge, which, pretty self-explanatory. You sit there with your camera pointed at the mirror in the bathroom or wherever you are, and you piss your pants, basically. For whatever reason, YouTube decided to recommend me a compilation of this, and for whatever reason, my morbid curiosity got the best out of me. And, the challenge wasn't as widespread as some people would like you to think. There are plenty of TikTok videos where you think they're going to pee your pants, but it was actually a fake out. The person at the very end says, oh, fuck this, no. And one person said, oh, you thought I was that stupid, did you? So yeah, there are some people that, essentially, I guess, clickbaited you, but there were still some people who legitimately did this. Some people actually did piss their pants. There was one where the girlfriend and boyfriend are together in the bathroom, and she decided to piss her pants in front of him, which Yeah, quality time to spend with your significant other. Anyway, I just want to say, like, to all the people who have such a massive problem with this and decide to make rant videos and such about this, because there's a couple out there that I've seen. Uh, why do you care so much? Like, it's stupid, yeah, but there were way worse challenges to get pissed off at. Pissed off, get it? Anyways, there are plenty of other challenges to get angry at, like the fire challenge, where people were literally lighting themselves on fire, or other challenges that I can't remember that, actually cause bodily harm. But this is rather innocent compared to those, so just to let people piss their pants, okay? Like, I don't see the huge issue there. I mean, again, it's a stupid way to get attention, but come on, there are plenty of worse challenges out there you could go after, like say the another challenge I heard about, the autism challenge, where people literally mock autistic people. They mock the way they speak, or certain, like, I don't know, movements they make. Basically just take the piss piss anyway, take the piss out of autistic people. And it was a pretty malicious challenge because it puts out negative stereotypes surrounding autistic people, and again, that is much more worthy of your scrutiny. But you choose to bitch about the challenge where people are just simply pissing their pants. All right, all right. That was a rather weird topic, but anyways, my uncle uses the DVR on the TV every day, and he watches the same show every fucking day. Three's Company. If you never heard of Three's Company, it was a rather popular 70s and 80s sitcom where a guy lives with two girls, and oh no, he can't live with those two girls if he's straight because that was such a huge taboo at the time, and he has to lie to his landlord that he's gay just to live there. That's basically the premise of the show, the bare bones premise of the show. There's a lot more to the show, but I choose not to go into that because I don't like this show. I don't find it funny at all. Like, it's the same fucking joke every single fucking episode. Oh, he's gay. Oh, he's living with two girls. Wow, what a shocker. Okay, cool. This is barrier breaking at the time, but I really don't fucking care now because I don't find the show funny. He watches this every day. He's been watching this ever since we got our first DVR cable box, which was around like 2012, 2013. So he's been watching this for roughly 8 or 7 years straight. Every fucking episode. And the show has been over since like the early to mid 80s. There are no new episodes of the show running, obviously, because, well, again, it ended, and also the main star of the show died a long time ago. Anyways, like, I don't understand how one could watch the same show over and over again for for years on end. Like, it is so beyond me, and plus I don't find the show that funny, but that's subjective, fine. He still laughs like fucking crazy at certain episodes of the show, even though he's seen them like a million goddamn times at this point. And there are times where I'd like to use the TV because I want to watch a show that I want to watch, but no, he wants to hog the TV for everyone else. And this isn't just a me problem, this is a problem with my mother, my grandmother, my other uncle. Sometimes they want to use the TV in the living room, and they can't because he's watching Three's Company, and again, he hogs the TV to watch a show that ended 30 plus years ago. Like, dude, come the fuck on. He almost never uses the TV in his own room. Uh, he only likes to watch the TV in his own room for whatever reason. And when I can't use the TV, I could just use whatever streaming service I want to use on my laptop. It's no big deal. But, I'd rather watch it on the living room TV. That's understandable, right? But yeah, and there was one time where I was like, how can you watch this for year in, year out? Like, I don't find this show that funny, and I don't know how you find the show that funny. And he kind of lashed out at me, and he said, well, what shows do you have now, iCarly? I'm like, of all shows, iFucking-Carly you mentioned? Like, we're currently in a television golden age. A bunch of really great shows are on right now, and you choose to disparage modern TV, by saying all there is iCarly. What the fuck? But moving on from my uncle's irrational positions on modern TV, let's talk about my own irrationality. Now, recently I found out a friend of mine's girlfriend has a YouTube channel, and she's been at the grind for a while now. She's been making YouTube videos regularly since like late 2016, and I'm like, fucking wow, I never knew about this. Now, granted, I was never that close to her, I never talked to her all too much, so I didn't really know this about her, but when I visited her Instagram page recently, she had her YouTube channel in the bio, and it piqued my curiosity. And it's really just run-of-the-mill vlogs, nothing really too interesting. But there was one particular series of videos she did make that interested me. Videos where she uh, took requests from her boyfriend to listen to certain songs, and I'm like, holy shit, maybe there's some good songs that her boyfriend had her listen to, and no, a lot of it was shit rap or shit metal, but one of these videos had one song that I fucking love and I think is nothing short of amazing. Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. She listened to this song and she didn't like it. She said the song wasn't that good. Well, granted, she didn't trash it, but she said, well, it's not good, but you wouldn't catch me listening to this willingly. I'd still probably listen to this if it were on the radio or something, but I would never listen to this on my own. And I'm like, fucking really? Like, that song is so fucking great. And then I just started thinking in my head, oh, what a fucking tasteless idiot and all these other things. And I started thinking, wait a minute. Even you didn't like that song so much when you first heard it, which is true. Like, that song admittedly took a little bit to grow on me. Maybe some people out there watching this who are fans of David Bowie, which I applaud you for your amazing taste, thought that song was great right off the bat, and maybe there's something wrong with me for initially thinking that song wasn't so great, but bottom line is, even I didn't think that song was so great when I first listened to it, so why am I impugning her for thinking that the song wasn't great when she listened to it for the first time? That's just part of my irrationality, and my irrationality in general is just me, like, saying in my mind, oh, fucking idiot, when someone has, like, an opinion that differs a lot from my own, which is something that I have to change. This kind of, is a little addition to my video that I made recently towards Obama for the win, where I said, I really have to let shit roll off my back easier. This is part of that, because sometimes someone has an opinion that is radically different from mine, that is harmless, and, I just think in my mind, oh, what a fucking idiot, really? And I really just have to stop that. But yeah, that's just yet another thing about me that I really, really want to change and plan on changing. Again, it's going to take a while to, finally be rid of these old habits, but, nothing is ever easy, and you got to take the proper steps to better yourself. So, yeah, she doesn't like Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie, but why does it matter? Why does it matter? Maybe it'll grow on her someday, like it did with me. Who knows? But anyways, moving on from that. Want to know what's been annoying the hell out of me ever since this whole COVID shit started hitting the fan? Whenever I wear a mask and I'm outside and I'm breathing heavily, my glasses start to fog up. Now, it kind of depends on what I'm wearing. A lot of the times when I'm wearing one of my band masks, the bandanas, or my Rush face mask, which I got recently, which is fucking awesome, by the way, my glasses start to fog up a lot. And it's annoying. Now, I know this is very inconsequential. This is something I shouldn't be complaining about because there are plenty of people out there who are currently on ventilators who are suffering hard from COVID. And there are plenty of other people out there who have died from COVID. So I am not trying to downplay anyone's actual struggle with COVID here when I'm complaining about this. But still, this is something that annoys me, and it really does show how privileged I am, sure. But anyways, this is still something that annoys me, especially when I'm out on the park riding my bike or riding my scooter. I start to breathe heavily because it's a workout, and my glasses start to fog up a lot because I'm wearing a mask. And I can barely see shit when I'm riding my bike or scooter. It is very annoying, but I guess it's just the price you pay when we're currently in the middle of a pandemic and you have to take proper precautions to not spread this shit to other people, potentially. Or get it from other people, potentially. And I'm going to be going out again today, and I'm probably going to face this problem again. Poor me, I know. Serious, serious business. Anyway. Recently, I was on Instagram and I came across a picture one of my friends posted with another friend of theirs, which is a kid that was in high school with me. I kind of knew them. I only knew them by face because we never really talked. We had some mutual friends, but that's really how we know each other. And he knew me by face, at least I thought, because this brought up a memory from a few months ago. I was at Starbucks because my uncle placed an order through the Starbucks app and he wanted me to pick up a coffee for him. He already paid for it. All I had to do was walk in, say who the order was for, pick up the coffee, and then leave. So then I go into the Starbucks, and I go into the and I go up to the counter, the boy at the counter, I mean, and the boy at this counter was that very same friend who I said was in the picture with one of my friends, and I was like, oh shit, wow, I didn't know you worked here. And I thought he said, "Hey, Michael," because I think he knew my name at the very least. And then that prompted me to say, "Oh yeah, you're at my high school. I remember you." And he just said, "Oh yeah, the lady next to you has the coffee that you want, that you're here to pick up." And I'm like, in my mind, fucking wow. Like, am I the asshole for expecting him to say, "Oh, cool, hey, what's up?" I wasn't expecting small talk or anything. I get it that he's busy, but, like, he just kind of coldly brushed me aside, and it made me feel really, really embarrassed. And it made me feel a little shitty, too, because I thought, it would be nice to be friendly and say, "Hey, what's up? I remember you from high school." Only to be coldly brushed aside like that, like I was wasting his time, or I just made myself look like a fucking idiot in front of him, and I just still feel really shitty about that. Again, I probably shouldn't feel that shitty about the situation, but I just do because anxiety. But yeah, that Instagram post brought up that memory, and honestly, I still feel very embarrassed and shitty over it, even though I probably shouldn't. It's something that I really should probably forget, and he probably already forgotten about it too. But things like that just irrationally linger in my mind. That's another irrationality that I should get rid of. Anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of Instagram, recently, I have an old Instagram that I don't use. I made it in middle school, and it's really only been an Instagram that I just give people I don't like to. And it has my real name in it too, and one person I used to be friends with online decided it would be a good idea to hunt this down and post it in a group DM with other friends who I don't associate with anymore because, yeah, that's not fucking creepy at all. But anyways, that's why my real Instagram doesn't have my real name or anything in it, because shit like that can happen. But anyways, I just give this Instagram to people I don't really like because I don't want them, on my real Instagram, the one I actually use, the one I actually talk to friends on. And I recently logged into this Instagram because I had the full intention of deleting it. I don't really have much use for it anymore. I don't think I'll be running into anyone else I don't like anymore because I'm not in high school anymore, and I don't really associate with anyone outside of my own little group of friends. Anyway, I was gonna delete this Instagram, and then I see it had a follow request, and I was like, probably someone I don't like, or anything like that. And then I see it was a friend from elementary school, and I was like, holy shit! I completely forgot about this person. I haven't spoken to this person since the 5th grade, and I accepted their request, and apparently their request, like, they sent me this a while ago, and I feel really bad, and I decided to get in touch with this person and apologize profusely and explain to them I don't use this Instagram. Here's my real Instagram you can follow, and we can keep in touch on there. And he followed it. Unfortunately, he accepted my apology for not getting to his request right away, because my email attached to that Instagram is not an email I really use anymore, and it's not attached to my mail application on my phone or on my Mac, so I wasn't able to receive an email saying, "This person followed you," this person sent you a follow request. You want to follow them back or reject their request or not? And, it was really cool getting in touch with this person again, and catching up with everything that has gone on in their lives up until from 5th grade up until now. And me and this person were great friends in elementary school. I have a lot of really great memories with this person, and the fact that I am now able to talk to this person, I have reconnected with this person. I really love that. It's great to have this person in my life again. And, he really doesn't look that much different, aside from the fact he has long hair now, which just surprised me. I remember him saying way back when he really wanted long hair because I had really long hair back then, and I kind of sort of do have really long hair now because I haven't got my hair cut in the longest time due to quarantine. But anyway, it's just really cool in general that I was able to just get back in touch with this person. Really awesome. But yeah, I decided to end this on a good note. Hopefully you enjoyed this little rambling thing I did here with multiple topics mushed into one video. I really liked this. Maybe I'll do more of these in the future, or maybe this will just be yet another series I just up and abandon. We shall see. But if I do have more things that I want to talk about that don't exactly warrant their own video, hell yeah, I'll do another one of these probably. Maybe you didn't find it entertaining personally, listen to me ramble for about a half hour, but I personally really liked it, so if anything, I'll just do this for my own benefit and get a lot of things that, again, don't really warrant their own videos, but I still want to talk about anyway, off of my chest, because, again, this is really fun, admittedly. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you didn't, oh well, you just wasted a half hour of your life. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.